Hello, BBN. Let's get back to the topic of European prospects. Cal State is eyeing a guy who also interests Kentucky, Miikka Muurinen, the Finnish recruit. Shouldn't he land at Kentucky in the future with Pope's help? Will Pope and Cal State fight for the recruit? Let's take a closer look. The recruitment battle for Miikka Muurinen, the versatile and talented 2026 Finnish player, is a different story. And at the center of this dispute are two iconic names: John Calipari, now head coach of Arkansas, and Mark Pope, who leads the Kentucky program. The rivalry between the two coaches is already widely known, but the fight for Muurinen promises to take this competition to a new level. Calipari has always been a master at attracting international talent to his programs, transforming them into players ready to shine in the NBA. His track record includes names like Karl-Anthony Towns, DeMarcus Cousins, and Bam Adebayo, all examples of how the coach knows how to identify and develop global stars. Now, with Muurinen on his radar, Calipari appears ready to use his entire arsenal to secure the young Finn's arrival in Fayetteville. Muurinen's recent official visit to Arkansas not only demonstrated mutual interest, but also highlighted how much the experience left a positive impression on the player. According to sources close to the recruit, his time in Arkansas was superior to his visits to Utah and Michigan during the same period, a worrying sign for rivals. On the other hand, Mark Pope has the advantage of coaching Kentucky, a program that has attracted the world's best prospects for decades. The Wildcats' track record of developing international talent, such as Karl Towns, Dominican Republic, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Canada, demonstrates that the state is an attractive destination for global players. Furthermore, Pope has worked tirelessly to strengthen his connection with the BBN grassroots, demonstrating that he can offer not only visibility, but also a conducive environment for the development of athletes like Muurinen. His modern and adaptive approach to the game, combined with Kentucky's elite infrastructure, makes Pope a strong contender in this race. What makes Muurinen so special? He combines rare skills for someone his height. He is agile, athletic, and extremely versatile, capable of handling the ball, shooting from long range, and protecting the basket like few others. His spectacular dunks and shot-blocking ability make him a constant threat on both ends of the court. It's no wonder that NBA draft expert Jonathan Wasserman already projects him as a lottery pick in the 2027 draft, possibly as high as 12th overall. For programs like Arkansas and Kentucky, securing Muurinen would be not only a masterstroke in recruiting, but also a clear investment in building a competitive team for the coming years. Calipari's strategy to win Muurinen appears to involve a personal and detailed approach. The decision to send his assistant coach, Chin Coleman, to monitor the player's performance at the Euros demonstrates how serious Arkansas is about this competition. Watching Muurinen in action against other European talent will allow Coleman to evaluate his skills in a context different from the American tournaments, as well as create a direct connection with the player and his surroundings. This move reinforces Calipari's commitment to bringing Muurinen to Fayetteville, something that will certainly not go unnoticed by Pope and his staff. For Kentucky, the challenge will be convincing Muurinen that Lexington is the best place for him to reach his full potential. With Duke, North Carolina, Michigan, and other powerhouses also in the running, the competition will be fierce. However, Kentucky has something many of these programs don't: an unparalleled culture of NCAA success and a solid reputation for preparing players for the NBA. Furthermore, the presence of Pope, a young and visionary coach, could be a significant differentiator. He's already demonstrated his ability to connect with players and adjust his playing style to maximize their talents, something that will certainly appeal to Muurinen. The fact that Muurinen previously flirted with the idea of reclassifying for 2025 adds another layer of complexity to the recruitment. While that possibility seems to have been ruled out in recent months, it reflects the player's ambitious mindset and his willingness to accelerate his development. Let's see how this battle plays out. Kentucky basketball's schedule gained a significant chapter this week with the news that Darren Rippey Jr., one of the most highly valued point guards in the 2026 class, has rescheduled his official visit to Lexington. The commitment, which will now take place between October 6th and 8th, reinforces how much Mark Pope and his coaching staff have prioritized Blair Academy's talent in their recruiting strategy. Rippey, a New Jersey native, is not just another elite name on a long list of prospects. The point guard has already established himself as one of the most dynamic players of his generation, ranking 13th nationally by rivals and second among point guards. His game is defined by explosive speed, refined ball control, and the ability to create offensive imbalances in any situation. It's no coincidence that top programs across the country are vying for his signature. For Kentucky, his visit comes at a crucial time. Talon Kinney's removal from the priority list after his commitment to Kansas has further opened up the field for Rippey to become the central target of Lexington's backcourt. Pope, from the outset, has treated the point guard as a strategic asset and, by all accounts, sees him as a potential heir to Kentucky's tradition. It is precisely this track record of developing point guards that keeps the Wildcats in a prominent position in this race. Rippey's own recruiting process demonstrates the seriousness of the competition. Last month, he narrowed his list to 10 programs, keeping Kentucky among his options. Recently, Indiana and Kansas were removed from the list, increasing Lexington's chances of emerging stronger from this process. Still, the decision is far from certain, and the experience the young man gains during his time on campus could be decisive in the outcome. More than just a visit, Rippey's presence at Kentucky will be a gauge of Pope's ability to translate his project into convincing results. In a scenario where the Wildcats are looking to consolidate not only immediate results, but also secure a solid foundation for the coming years, securing the commitment of a five-star talent of Rippey's stature would be a significant milestone. Let's move on. The injury to Kentucky basketball mainstay Otega Oweh initially raised concerns among Wildcats fans, but the latest updates on his recovery are extremely positive and promising. Although the veteran point guard spent much of preseason training limited by a foot injury, specifically diagnosed as artificial turf toe, he is well on his way to returning to full activity soon. This news is a significant relief for Mark Pope's program, especially considering Oweh's importance to a squad seeking to compete for the national championship in the 2025-26 season. Oweh, who led the Wildcats in minutes played last season, 28.3 per game, and was one of only 2 players to appear in every game, has consistently demonstrated incredible physical and mental resilience. His temporary absence from competitive training is unprecedented in his college career, making this hiatus even more challenging for him. However, the player has used this period to develop a less explored side, his mental health. I've never missed a game. I've never missed a practice before. So it's something I felt I needed, said Oweh, acknowledging that observing his teammates from the sidelines has been a unique opportunity to reflect on his role on the team and his approach to the game. Although the frustration of not being able to be on the field is evident, Oweh has been rigorously following the schedule recommended by his medical team. He has already begun reintegrating into training, participating in individual drills and team drills that include throwing, defending, and reviewing tactical plays. He is expected to be ready for full 5-on-5 practices next week, a major milestone in his recovery. This progress is even more impressive when compared to Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow, who suffered a similar injury and required surgery, which will sideline him for almost the entire NFL regular season. Oweh's avoidance of surgery is a major advantage and significantly accelerates his return. For the Wildcats, Oweh's return couldn't be more crucial. He is widely considered the best individual player on the roster and a strong candidate for the All-SEC first team, and has been mentioned as a potential Conference Player of the Year in the preseason. His experience, leadership, and on-court skills will be crucial in guiding a group packed with young talent and elite recruits. Furthermore, Oweh has clear goals for this season: winning the coveted national championship and improving his position in the 2026 NBA draft. His performance on the court will be crucial in achieving these goals. The calendar also appears to be on Oweh's side. With the regular season opener scheduled for November 4th against Nicholls, he will have plenty of time to regain peak fitness and fully integrate with the team before the official start of the season. Furthermore, Kentucky's Pro Day event, scheduled for next Tuesday, will offer a valuable opportunity for Oweh to showcase his skills to NBA scouts, even if his participation is still limited. He's already made it clear that if it were an official game, he'd be on the court without hesitation. "If this were like a real season game, I'd have to be there," he stated with conviction. The injury, while frustrating, could end up being a learning and growth moment for Oweh. Observing the game from the sidelines, something unusual for him, has allowed him to reflect on his competitive mindset and his role as a team leader. This new perspective could be exactly what he needs to elevate his game to another level this crucial season. With his leadership, talent, and determination, the Wildcats have all the tools necessary to compete for the national title. BBN can breathe a sigh of relief. Its star will be ready to shine when it matters most. Leave your comments.